All right, here we go. Carver and Cuthbert here with you. Go Sports Radio. Live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach, on the island, on a Thursday. That's right, Thursday and Friday this week. Why? Because it's a tradition unlike any other. It really is. And what a absolutely beautiful day. Not here. It's never nice here. But in Augusta, Georgia, as we are watching the first round of the Masters. Myself, Mike Carver, along with Paul Cuthbert. We've also got the Yankees playing at 1:30 today. The Mets play tonight. We've got the Islanders playing tonight as well with 4 games to go in the regular season. And they will have a brand new head coach behind the bench tonight and for their last 4 games, which we have to discuss as well. Michigan wins the national championship in basketball. Congrats to them. Very, very busy here, Paulie. How are you today?
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Happy Masters, everybody.
Happy Masters.
It's
Everyone's excited
down there
here
in
at
Augusta.
Borrelli's. Not nice here in Long Beach.
Oh, the sun's
Still,
out.
sun's out. I guess that's something to say for it, but it's still freezing cold, of course. Can never catch a break in that aspect. Like I was hoping, like, the Masters, and you see the azaleas on TV, and they play all the nice music. It's just so calming. And then you step outside, like to get a beer or something. Like really, you're just hitting the face with this brutal cold air. Like, come on, man! It's Masters weekend. It's after Easter. Can we get a day in the 60s? Can it happen, Mike? Tommy? Can I get a day in the 60s?
I want one.
I mean, God, give me a break here.
Soon.
Trying, just to get through it. But either way, nobody wants to hear me complain about the weather. You could watch how beautiful it is at Augusta.
Look at the
right now, which
shirts,
is just
t-shirts.
Amazing. Ooh, leaves it a little bit to the right there for Xander Schauffele, who, of course, is one of my picks to win the Masters this weekend, and hopefully we can get there. There's nothing like this, Paulie. It's great. It's, for the casual sports fan, not just the casual golf fan. Right. You're not in every week in, week out like I am, and I'm really in, week out because of the betting aspect of it, but
you're a huge golf fan, man.
I'm a huge golf fan, but I mean, I'm saying I'm only like watching in, the Valero Texas Open and the Sony Open in Hawaii. Like I'm into it every week, and I know all the guys, I know all that. But this is the tentpole event to where not just casual golf fans, but casual sports fans get in on the Masters this weekend for a variety of reasons. Everyone loves the course, knows and loves the course. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows and loves the tradition. It is kind of a sign of spring is here. If you live in a colder weather city, obviously, if you live in Florida or California, it's always, possibly nice. But, we get all of those things, and it's just, it brings good feelings to you. It just does. It brings good feelings to watch it.
I love this weekend. It's just a combination with baseball and NHL playoffs and everything else. So, but yeah, this is great. Hey, look, I want to ask you something. As far as the Masters are concerned, with all the big stops during the tour during the season,
yeah,
Masters number 1, or is Pebble Beach, or I mean,
I think
one course being harder than the other, even though this has so much history to it. Is this the creme de la creme here?
This is still the greatest. This is still the best of the best. I mean, look, there's so many things about this place. Obviously, it's the only major that gets played at the same venue every single year. So every year, the U.S. Open and the Open Championship and the PGA Championship, those move to different places every year. The Masters is always at Augusta National. You have so much history and tradition. Yes. Tradition unlike any other. And it's such an exclusive place to be able to play. Like, look, you ever get to walk on the grounds, it's enough. I mean, do you understand the ticket process to even be at this thing? You can't buy secondary market tickets. You can't. They do a lottery in June, July for the year before. There's probably a million of names in the lottery, and they pick a few out for each day that you get tickets for it. You can't resell them. If they find that you resold them, they'll take your name out forever. You're never allowed to buy tickets again.
Wow.
It is a very exclusive thing. You can't bring phones out there.
That's
phones
good.
out
I
on
like
the course.
That.
So anybody, you're not allowed to. The patrons, you can't call them fans. They're patrons. And everyone has to say that, because I talking to I talk to a lot of guys who cover golf for a living and been on my shows with me and everything. And even when they do interview, you have to say patrons. You can't say the fans. The patrons are there. That is the Masters gives these guys any brief broadcast a list of things that they say. They don't call it the rough. It's the second cut. You don't call them fans. They call them patrons. There's a lot of rules, Paulie, around Augusta National, and it's so exclusive and it's so everything. It's a whole nother world.
It's
really
good. I mean, I had no idea about the cell phone thing. Is that primarily just at Augusta?
Even media can't.
Really?
Even media can't. Like, if you're covering this event, you have to leave all your devices in the media center. If you're going to go out and follow a group, there are no phones out there. You cannot go out there.
So it's like going back in time every year at Augusta, like a time.
It's like a time when
it's like a time capsule. I like that. I had no idea. So these people are actually going to live in the moment during this tournament.
You actually have to live in the moment. That is what the committee and the Augusta National people want. They don't want people. And you obviously know the concession prices is a big thing. Like, it's $1 for an ice cream sandwich. It's $2 for a chicken sandwich. It's $2 for a beer. It's
so I was going to ask you about alcohol. You're allowed to drink on the course?
Yes, they do have beers there.
Okay.
Now, every item on the menu, I saw somebody tweet this the other day. You go up, you take a picture of the board, everything that's there. If you bought one of every single item on the Masters Augusta menu, $77. To buy one of everything. $77 at Yankee Stadium will get you a beer and 2 hot dogs. At Augusta, every single item on the menu, $77 total to buy one of everything.
Fantastic.
It really is another world. And even like, it's, if you're not a past champion, the guys do get to go there for some recruiting or some reconnaissance missions before the event, in terms of getting to go on the course and play it before the week of the event. Guys are able to do that. Past champions, of course, are able to go there. I think that they make the members, but I'm not 1,000%. Maybe not, but no, they're not. Yeah, Tommy gave me the no. They're not members, but if you're a past champion, you have a lot more access than anybody else, I would have to think. But even my guy, my guy Keith Stewart from Read the Line, was a PGA professional, and he now runs this golf gambling website called Read the Line. He goes there every year to cover it, and he hasn't played it. And every year the media are in a lottery as well. On Monday, they let the media play, but only a certain amount are allowed to go out. So every year, everyone who's covering the event that's there for media has their name in the hopper to be able to play on Monday. And he hopes every year, obviously, that he gets in on Monday and gets to play it. And all media do. It's just, it's a trip, man. Just all the stuff.
So this, as far as the waiting list and stuff, somebody could have put in their name like 10 years ago, and they're still.
Well, every year you have to put your name in.
So every year, so
like fresh, I get the email every like June, and you got to put your name back in. Pick the days you want. Obviously, you pick everything, because even if they, and this is so rare to even probably get an email back from them, even if they kind of say you can come to the practice round on Tuesday, like, you would still jump at it just because you get to go there and walk around the place. Like, that would honestly be enough for me if I was able to do that. If I ever win a lottery for even a practice round, I would 1,000% go. It's just something that you got to do.
It's a nice little weekend too down there in Augusta,
It is. I'm sure it is a nice little weekend.
Nice restaurants and
down there. Now, you're probably also wondering right now, who's winning?
Yes.
As we're a few rounds we're into the opening round. We're obviously more than a few holes in here, as our first groups of the day are actually, I think we got, the twosome that went out first, which was Hao Tong Lee. And I forget who Lee was playing with, but they are already in the barn. What the hell did Lee finish at? Hao Tong Lee. I don't even see him on my board anymore. What did he finish with? Oh, wow. He finished 1 under. Good for Hao Tong Lee. So 1 under. He's already in. Kiefer's in as well. But Kurt Kitayama through 10 holes is 4 under. Nice job by Kurt. I don't know if that'll last the whole weekend, but Kurt is there. Patrick Reed and Tommy Fleetwood are both 3 under. I have both of these guys.
I know you like those guys.
I love Patrick Reed. I'm one of the few who does. And obviously, I love Tommy Fleetwood. Be rooting hard for him this weekend, too. So I have both of those guys to win here pre-tournament. They're out to good starts. Brian Campbell.
Who's that?
Going birdie, birdie, birdie to start. What? How about that? Well, Brian Campbell is the shortest hitter on the tour.
Now, what does that mean?
Means like in terms of driving distance.
Okay.
He is the short, like these guys like Rory and them. I mean, they pump it out 350 plus. Like they really, Brian Campbell is the shortest hitter on the entire tour, but he's won a couple of events in the last few years. He won Mexico last year and he won somewhere else. And that's why he's playing at the Masters, and he's 3 under through 3. Good for Brian Campbell getting involved. Sam Burns is 2 under. I mentioned Hao Tong Lee at 1 under. And we love stories like this. This is another reason why people love the Masters, because you still have the past champions, the seniors, the older guys that still get to go out there. Jose Maria Althaba, 1 under through 14.
Althaba, I haven't heard that name in years.
He still gets to play because when you're a past champion, you're allowed to, if you want to show up and play, you play. Those guys, when they get to a certain age, don't do it anymore. But, Jose is still doing it. Freddie Couples is still playing. There's a few guys that still go out there and tee it up. And he's 1 under through 14. Well, so nice story for that. Xander, we mentioned, is 1 under. Novak. And, of course, you have some amateurs out there, too, including this kid that's playing with Rory. He is the defending amateur champion, Mason Howell, 18 years old. And what they usually do.
His name is Mason Howell?
Mason Howell. And so it's just straight out of what
show?
It's
Mason.
Well, Mason. That's Gilligan's Island.
Exactly.
So usually the defending champion plays on Thursday and Friday, which is Rory this year.
Okay.
With the defending amateur champion, which is Mason Howell, and the players champion, which is Cameron Young. So those 3 are playing together today. So being an 18-year-old kid,
it's amazing,
playing with Rory on Thursday and Friday at Augusta, and the kid was out to a pretty good start, and then he 4-putted on, I think it was 3 or 4. I think it was 4, and they were close putts too. So that's nerves. You're an 18-year-old kid. You're playing. There's the Flares. They are the azaleas. Look at them. They're blooming as they take the ride down Magnolia Lane, and they go through all of that.
What a start for that kid in his career, huh? That's unbelievable.
That is, and you got a bunch of I think there's 5 or 6 amateurs in the field. It's usually about what there is. But when you get down to it, Paul, there's 91 golfers to start.
Mm-hmm.
You take out the old guys, the seniors. You take out the amateurs. You're in the 70s now of guys who are actually, touring, playing guys right now that are at this event. And then you could probably, with how difficult it is to win here, probably take another 40 or 50 right off the rip that have no shot of winning.
What's the averages in the past few years as far as maybe top 20 guys and, or guys coming out, maybe, in that wide field of 70, maybe somebody's come out of the blue.
1 second here. I got to give you an update.
Uh-oh.
Another eagle for Patrick Reed, 5 under.
Very
Let's
nice.
go. Patrick Reed off to a scorching start. Put him in there. First round leader, 45-1 overall, top 5, top 10. I mean, it's almost uncomfortable how many bets I have on Patrick Reed this weekend, to be quite honest with you. And he is gone. He is his 2nd eagle on the front, and he is now 5 under, a 2-shot lead. Let's go.
Good start. Good start.
I'm sorry. What was I saying before?
I was asking about the averages between the top, 20 guys, say, as far as, guys who win it, end up in the top, at the end of the match, as far as, end of the round, 4 rounds, as opposed to like a guy who comes out of the blue, out of the woodwork, who might steal a.
This is always going to be the cream rises to the top type of tournament. You look at over the last 10 years, all 10 winners were in the top 25 in the world when they won. It is very rare that you get somebody out of nowhere winning. Now, do you have a couple stories each year where there's a few guys out of nowhere that are contending or in the top 10 or in the, yes. Is there a year where you get some out of nowhere? It's tough for an amateur. We've had a couple amateurs who've been around there on Saturday and Sunday, but not really a chance to win. The senior guys sometimes, Paulie, are a nice story Thursday and Friday, but it becomes a little too much for them if, making the cut and getting to Saturday. And even if they do, they usually finish in the 40s or 50s because it's such a grueling 4 days to go and play. This is a heavy hitters tournament. When you get down to it, the big guns are going to come out on top.
So
Thursday and Friday are nice for stories. But when the money gets on the table Saturday and Sunday, the big names are going to be there, ready to take this thing.
So I'm going to ask you a question I don't know the answer to.
Sure, that's why I'm here.
Does every golfer play the 4 days?
No. So what they'll do on after Friday is they'll cut down, which I believe for the Masters is 50 in ties. So top 50 in ties. Most weeks it's 60, but because we only had 91 to start, the usual double check there. I should know that. Yeah, it's top 50 in ties.
Okay.
So if you're in the top 50 in ties, you get advanced to the weekend. Everyone else gets to go home, which again is a majority of the seniors and the amateurs. And a lot of those guys don't make it to the weekend, and you get a nice story when a couple of them do make it to the weekend. But then those stories kind of drift away on Saturday, and it becomes, look at these big dogs at the top who are trying to win this thing. And could there be a surprise? Like if this Brian Campbell, he's birdied the first 3 holes, he could double the next 2 holes, and he'll be +1 in the blink of an eye. If Brian Campbell is hanging around on Sunday afternoon and he's still in the mix here, that's a story. That's an out of nowhere. You're talking about a guy who was like 400 to 1 to win the thing. That would be hanging around. So those stories are cool, but what you want, like you had last year. Last year you had Rory and Bryson DeChambeau in the final pair, mano a mano, coming down. Bryson faded out. Justin Rose had a blistering day that got him in a tie with Rory, and they have a playoff with Rory and Justin Rose. You want the big names on Sunday when this thing comes down to the end. That's what it's all about.
And it usually ends up that way.
Almost always ends up that way. Just look at like I said, look who's won the last 10 years. Look who's won the last few years. I mean, you're talking Rory, Scheffler, Rahm, Scheffler again. These are all the biggest names in golf. So you gotta have a lot in your bag to be able to get it done this weekend. Cameron Young, another guy, Paulie, that I'm in the mix with here this week. Not off to the best start, but you can't have everybody at 5 under.
A little breeze out there today. It's a little bit.
They're saying that the morning is the wind, and that there won't be much again after this, and that's going to make the course firm and fast. Its ball's going to be rolling heavily. Really, the first time in years that they're not forecasting any rain or any really high winds, which is going to make it again. The ball is going to be rolling very fast, very firm out there at Augusta for us. And awful job by me. What's up, Q? Wow, how about this? So I was going to destroy the Giants if they took Jeremiah Love at the 5th pick. You want to take him with the 2nd pick. And I know I'm a Notre Dame fan also. And if I was a Jet fan and a Notre Dame fan, I'd want Jeremiah Love on the Jets. But you don't take a running back with the 2nd pick in the draft. Didn't you learn that with Barkley? Why can't you get him with your 2nd first-round pick? Well, then you trade up to 10 and get him.
Get over here and argue about this. Let's go.
You got it all planned out. Just call him the New York Irish. Get all the note. I can't root for the Jets, Mike. Come on. I don't want all my Notre Dame guys on the Jets. We can't have that. Oh, boy. There he is, the boss.
The boss, dropping in the show.
Drop it in. Jeremiah Love to the Jets. Man, you want to see people in this town upset. If the Jets ever took Jeremiah Love with the 2nd pick, they'd go bananas, Paulie, so they would. I was about to say, awful job by me. We were supposed to do our Masters draft, the pick 'em, back and forth. I was at the Wolf Lodge Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm having a tough week. I'm having a real tough week. I've already bellyached about this a lot.
How was the Wolf Lodge?
That I have to go to the wedding in Indiana. I have during the Masters. I have the Wolf Lodge early this week. I'm basically home for 36 hours and then off to Indiana tomorrow night. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be here today and tomorrow. I'm here, ready to go. So I'm at the Wolf Lodge Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I get there Tuesday. I bring all my gear with me. I want to do the Masters thing. I got to do the Bet River show. I got to record all these other things. I mean, and look, I should have known what I was walking into. I mean, it was like some of the worst internet I've ever experienced in my life. I mean, it was
You're not supposed to go to the work, Mike. Supposed to go there.
They don't want you on the Wi-Fi. They want you on the slide or
That's
spending $47.50 on a pizza. You know,
That's
that's what they want you doing. And I spent a lot of my day on Tuesday trying to get myself get internet working.
I'd have to say you were in a bad mood that day too.
I wasn't doing well. It wasn't great. It wasn't.
I can say that because I've been there and I know what that's like.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. But you know what? I felt bad because it's no one's fault. It's
like Griswold with the lights at Christmas time. Just trying to make everything work.
Just trying to make, because like you go in with a plan where it's like, all right, well, I'm still gonna do my work stuff. Like I'm only gonna be in the room for an hour, and
it'll be easy.
And then I'll get back out, and we'll get on the, we'll get on the raft, and we'll go down, and just. That didn't work for me. And then yesterday morning, we were supposed to leave. The safe wasn't working. I had to get some old man to come and try to open the safe. Man. That took 2.5 hours of my time. And
2.5 hours to get the safe open.
Because his first machine didn't work and the other machine didn't work. And meanwhile, that's the whole time I was supposed to be spending with the kids because I was leaving early to get home and work. It was just a complete disaster. I felt awful.
Did you leave a Yelp review on the way out the door?
I didn't leave a Yelp review. I did that. I've done that once or twice, but what is it really? What am I getting?
Tommy's going to make your day.
This poor old man trying to get the safe open. He's like, I think I got to go get
Tommy
the crowbar.
makes it better.
Thanks, Tommy.
Tommy makes it better.
For us there. First one of the day.
There you go. Get it in you.
Not the first one of the week, but first one of the day.
Welcome back, pal.
Yeah, welcome back. So that's why we didn't get the draft in. But is there anyone who would you have taken first? You had the first pick in our draft. Who would you have taken first?
I was just going through the top 20 here that I was looking at.
I saw you brought a cheat sheet. Were
like the Irish guys, well, the Irish name. No, I'm saying.
Well, Rory's an
Cameron
Irish
Young.
guy.
I'm looking at,
or do you not consider him that because he's from Northern Ireland?
Yeah. One Republic.
We're not doing Irish politics here today. We're not doing that.
Never doing that. Just myself, just kind of getting to familiar with some of these guys with the, their chances and how they've been playing of late. Who's this John Rahm guy? He's ranked number 1.
Yeah. Well, funny that they didn't, and I know why they don't have Scotty there, because the reason why I wouldn't be on Scotty this week, and Scotty is the best, and he was the betting favorite, is there's a few things with Scheffler coming in. First of all, he wasn't playing particularly well going after the players. So him finishing in the 20s, 25th and 27th, I think, in his last 2 starts, and he's waving at putts and he's yelling at his coach, and he's like, it was a lot of weird stuff. And then he doesn't play for 3 weeks because the wife had the baby. So that's a lot of time off, combined with he wasn't looking Scotty-like before that. So I understand why he's the favorite. He's still the best in the world. And when he's on his game, he could tear this place in half. He's won here twice.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wasn't there for me this week. John Rahm is also a former champion here at Augusta. He won 2 years ago. He now plays on the Live Golf, which is why he doesn't probably get as much, I guess you could say, backing as he maybe would have in the past, because a lot of people don't watch Live. A lot of people don't know what's going on there. They don't see Rahm play. He did win an event on Live this year, but he's in one of the, despite all that, whatever rankings say, he's
and there's no conflict here. Like all the players are allowed to come in here, right?
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of, Live guys can play here. Well, first of all, some of them are, when you're a past champion, like I mentioned to you before, you're here for life. So Dustin Johnson, even though he will always be at Augusta, John Rahm will always be at Augusta, Phil Mickelson, even though he's not there this year, past champions are always in the field. Other Live guys, other ways to get in are you can win certain events worldwide. The Masters is really so.
Does the Masters hold a stigma against those guys?
They do not. No. Okay. No. It's just you need to qualify in one of their routes to get there.
Gotcha.
So Carlos Ortiz is a Live player. He's here because he finished top. If you finish top 5 in the other majors, you get to come. So he finished top 5 at the U.S. Open last year. He gets to come to the Masters. There was another player, I think it was Tom McKibben off the top of my head, who won one of these worldwide, like DP World Tour Hong Kong or something like that. Like was some big event there, and if you win that, you get an entry to the Masters. So if you qualify through one of their ways, yeah, you're in. I mean, you're going to be in the field. You know, Bryson's also a live guy.
Okay.
And when you win a major like he did 2 years ago at the U.S. Open, you're now qualified for 5 years. You have exemptions to all the other majors.
Wow.
So there's different paths. And no matter what tour you play on, if you qualify in one of those paths, you will be there.
So for the average fan who's, there's a lot going on as far as it almost, I don't know if they can compare it to, but as I know one of your favorite things, whether it's NASCAR, F1 drivers and stuff like that. Well, what I'm saying is there's so many races during the year.
Yeah.
As compared to so many, showcases during the year for the golfers.
Right.
So I might be looking at like, okay, there's, 50 golfers every week and they're playing around, whether in Live or PGA. And even though they don't necessarily maybe win a tournament or whatever, there's certain paths that they can take to get the different endpoints for them.
Right.
And collecting money and ranking and getting into select tournaments.
Sure.
Okay.
Correct. It's kind of a similar thing. Now, just this year, they have started to award Live what's called World Golf Ranking points. So for the first 4 or 5 years of Live, they did not receive any World Golf Ranking points. World Golf Ranking, whether you like it or not, is like the worldwide governing ranking of where all the golfers in the world are. And for years now, guys on Live have not gotten any. This is the first year they're actually accruing some. They really aren't accruing that much, but at least like the guys who finish in the top 4 now get world ranking points on Live events. And that's another thing. If you're in the top 50 of the world rankings, I think it's 2 or 3 weeks before the Masters, all of those players are in the field as well. So there's several different ways they'll get there. Now, John brings up something here. Well, first of all, yes, Dustin Johnson just went back to even. And DJ has been playing good here through the first 9. We'll see what goes on. Next year, they'll let Jason Kelce play at the Masters. Let me tell you something. I just, I don't like saying bad things about people. I really don't. But I feel like this is a good opportunity for me to do it.
All right. It's going to be on tape, pal.
You gotta stop with, they got to let go a little bit of this Jason Kelce stuff. It's got to end. It's too much.
Fill me in.
It's overkill. He's everywhere. Where have you not seen Jason Kelce? Like, where? I mean, Tommy's an Eagle fan. Tommy, aren't we a little too much with Jason Kelce at this point? Enough of him and the wife. And God bless him. They've made a lot of money post-playing career. I don't need him at the par 3 at the Masters in the white jacket, white suit, that they make all the caddies wear. And where else was he that I thought was completely ridiculous?
Hater, man. Why are you being a hater, man?
Just I don't know why ESPN's trying to wedge him into every event that they have. Like, they're going to have him driving cars. They're going to have him at the Masters.
Is McAfee out of one of the holes? I'm surprised he's not here.
What are we doing here? Well, did you hear him? He said he asked to do it from there, and they told him no. And that became a big thing.
Oh, man.
But just look, Jason Kelce was a hell of a football player, an unbelievable player for the Eagles. What he has become, and I don't want to begrudge him because this putting money in his pocket. But if that's what's doing it, then God bless him. Him and his brother with the podcast. The wife's got her own podcast. I don't need him at the par 3 at the Masters. I don't need him there. There's only so much you can take of some people. And wedging him in Augusta just is too much for me. It's too much. You know what it was they had him do? He was at the TGL, too. The ones where they hit the ball on the screens. Did I need him at that?
It's a popular guy,
in the pine straw here, Paulie. Look at this. You don't want to hit out of that. In the pine straw.
Pine straw is always tough for me.
Yeah. When's the last time you hit out of the pine straw?
Somewhere up in northern Massachusetts. Coastal Massachusetts somewhere.
The Cape Cod Irish Open the last
Yarmouth,
time. Cape Cod Irish in
Yarmouth.
Yarmouth.
In Yarmouth somewhere.
Yarmouth, Mass. All right. Carver and Cuthbert.
I got PTSD. I saw it and I'm like, oh.
Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, here at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. It's Thursday. We're here Thursday and Friday this week because it is the Masters. We have a lot of other things we're going to do, and we're going to keep watching this. Bryson just hit the snot out of this one. I mean, look at the carry. 315 carry. It's going to roll into the pine straw, too. He's going in the he's all right. That's not going to be fun right on the edge of that stuff right there. Not going to be fun for him. Why don't you tell us, Paulie, what's going on here at Borrelli's Taproom? In fact, you should tell them they should come down here and watch the Masters the next 2 days. That's part of it also.
Yeah, well, you know that. I mean, every time we're here, Mondays and Tuesdays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, whenever we're here. But lunchtime during the week, as always, you come down for the $12, sandwich special and soup and salad, all that stuff. So, just come down here for lunch, 12 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Here at Borrelli's, all good stuff. But anyway, there is a lot going on, Mike. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can.
Let us know.
Within the music, but I might have to play it twice. But here we go.
Let's go.
912 West Beach Street right here, Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on Long Island in New York. And we are here Thursday and Friday this week for the masses, as Mike just said. It's Thursday, so it's carnivore night. $42.99. Come on down. You get a choice of steak, pork, or veal. Comes with super salad, dessert, and you get bottomless beers and bottomless wines. And a special treat tonight, there's going to be live music, and that's with Ken Bailing starting at 7 p.m. So come on down, eat, and enjoy some great live music tonight with Ken Bailing. Continuing with the live music this weekend on Friday, it's tomorrow, April 10th, Sophia Luciano, 7 p.m., and then DJ Frankie Sims is going to be here at 10 p.m. And then on Saturday, we have Chloe Halpin at 7 p.m., and DJ Tim Select will be here at 10 p.m. So good stuff there for Friday and Saturday. Sunday Fun Day was always a blast here at Borrelli's, and that's going to have Evan Corriga here on 5 p.m. this Sunday, and then DJ Tim Select will follow him after that at 8 p.m. All right, and then we got a whole bunch of special stuff that's coming up here. Just kind of run through this real quick for as fast as I can. On Thursday, April 16th, there's a bingo fundraiser here for Long Beach lacrosse. So come on down for that and go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com for more information with that. Don't forget, on Saturday, April 18th, Lavish Life is going to do a special party bomb dance night here at 11 p.m. on Saturday, April 18th. Lavish Life, it's a great night. Come on down. Party barn theme night at 11 p.m. on April 18th. And then the music theme nights return here on April 22nd, the debut of Bruce Springsteen night on May 27th.
Wow, the boss?
I'm sorry, April 22nd. That's in 2 weeks. And then we're also going to be here on May 27th for that. And then May 6th, Billy Joel night returns. And then brand new, this is going to be pretty cool. It's like it's a live band. Band called New Year's Days. U2 tribute's going to be here. It's going to be like an MTV Unplugged kind of show. It's going to be free, and that's also going to be here on Wednesday, May 13th. So check that out. No, I'm sorry. That's Wednesday, May 20th for the U2 show. Come on down for that. And then on Wednesday, May 13th is Ravioli night. That's at 6 p.m. Go to Borrelli's Taproom for tickets. It's $65 a person. You get to learn how to make ravioli and all that other great stuff. So it's always a great night whenever they do the pasta nights here at Borrelli's. Don't forget the comedy series is always rocking here at Borrelli's Taproom. Colin Quinn's going to be here on April 15th. Pretty sure that's sold out right now. David Tell is sold out. He's going to be here on April 27th in Fidance. I think there's a few tickets left for him on April 29th. And then some new comedy shows were just announced with Pete Lee coming here on Monday, May 4th, Jared Freed on June 29th, and Joe List on July 14th. And one other thing I want to mention is the Country Fest on May 15th through the 17th, hosted by Anthony Gall here. There's going to be some Nashville artists. That's all weekend long Country Fest here at Borrelli's. And don't forget the Masters today, tomorrow, all weekend, 2-for-1 pizzas. Loads of bucket specials. Come on down, watch the Masters here on all the big screen TVs at Borrelli's Taproom. And also, come on down anytime and mention the Carver and Cuthbert podcast here and get your free Miller Lite draft to start off your sit down, your hangout here at Borrelli's anytime, any day during the week. And that was a mouthful, Mike, and that's what's going on here at Borrelli's. Yeah, it's crazy.
You did get it all in.
Wasn't smooth, but I got it all in.
Not easy. Look at this. He's messing around Xander's messing around in the pine straw now. So
yeah, really getting serious how they're looking at that
he's
ball.
He's got to make sure that ball doesn't move. He's pulling at the pine straw. He's going back and forth. What's he gonna do here?
Looks like he's
just hit the ball, Xander.
Looks like he's dismantling a bomb.
He's got a lot going on.
And then he's got a ball in front of him there he's got to get over.
He's trying to eliminate as much of that pine straw from around the ball as possible without moving it, which is
you know what I do, right?
Extremely difficult to do.
I just get in there and whack at it, buddy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down on the ground picking up the pine straw. I would just try to hack my way out of there. Meanwhile, Fitz has to stand around and wait for all this. Fitz is just waiting and waiting and waiting for everything to go on.
Johnny thinks they're going to let Kelsey play next year.
Yeah, I saw that before. That's what got me on my Kelsey rant for all of that. That's what got me upset when I saw him bring that up with us. We have a few other things we're going to keep watching. Reed at 5 under, and Tommy got one back to 4. He's at 4 under. So look, if Patrick Reed and Tommy Fleetwood want to go mano a mano this weekend, I got no problem with that. That would be perfectly fine for me if those are the two guys fighting back and forth for the green jacket. But it is still super early here at Augusta.
We want this to be nice and slow and take it easy. We want to soak it in.
If it's one of my guys, and I hope they race out for a lead like Patrick Reed is doing right now.
You got more skin in the game than me, buddy.
That's
I just want to be
perfectly
nice.
fine in my book.
Long weekend.
All right, we've done a lot, obviously, with the Masters here to start the show, and there's quite a few other things that we haven't gotten to yet here that people have been waiting for. I guess let's do this now first, because I know the Yankees are playing at 1:30, and I want to hear your thoughts on. So everybody was so upset last night at the Yankees losing that game. Like, they can't win every night. Like, I don't understand. They can't win every night. Like,
but I think those are games that you should have won or could have won. I think that's that's my frustration is letting these games get away from them, especially at home, man.
Yeah, fine, but like, let's calm down a little bit. Like,
look, we talked about this last week. There's he's
not pinch hitting for him. He's not pinch hitting for this. I mean, they're 8-3. Take a breath. It's just like, and it's weird that we've done these now. Obviously, we're in the 2 shows that we come here and do every week. They've only lost 3 games, and this is the second one we've come in after they've won one of the 2 losses.
Yeah.
And it's not after one of the wins. But like, yeah, why aren't you pinch hitting for Escara? And why aren't you pinch hitting for this guy? Well, he couldn't pinch hit for Escara because he used Escara to pinch hit the other day. So now you're kind of proving that move bad if you then go and pinch hit for him here. And as much as people don't like it, he's gonna let McMahon try to get out of this little funk to start the year.
Booty there? Is that what I hear?
I think you do kind of hear that. I think, yeah.
Who are you?
I know it's kind of strange. I think that I don't like people crying about a team that's 8-3.
It's the Yankees,
like they're 3. If they're 3-8 and so all right. So he made the wrong move last night. They lost the game. They're 8-3 instead of 9-2, with a billion more games left to play.
I understand. Again, I'm not raving mad here or anything. I just get a little frustrated because they were 2 losses at home that they should have won the game. They were.
Yeah, I mean, you could Sunday against the Marlins. It's
There's a couple of guys obviously not producing.
Did you think like they lost the game Sunday to the Marlins? Did you think the bullpen wasn't going to give up any runs all year? Like, did you think they were going to go all year with a 0 ERA? Like, eventually your bullpen's going to have some cracks.
I don't. It's not so much in the bullpen side for me. It's really
patrons are going to have to move on that one. Patrons. Sorry.
I think there's a couple of guys who are not swinging the bat well enough for us right now, and I think that's kind of
Grisham. That's your guy.
Grisham, you got Jazz, you got
he's looked
McMahon.
Awful the last couple nights at the plate. By the way, Grisham's looked awful at the plate.
Rosario did a wonderful job the other night.
Day. I mean, McMahon's got 1 hit since opening day.
Yeah,
Rosario's hitting leadoff today. Booty bumping him up because putting a hot bat at the top.
He's a good guy, Rosie.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He's good. He's a good. He brings a lot of fire and passion to the team. I like it, and he's a nice guy to throw in there behind a guy who right now is just dead wood. And that's I mean, so
Rosario, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, Rice, Grichuk, Wells, Caballero, and McMahon. So Grichuk gets a start today.
Grichuk, nice.
And left. So who's not? Let me do the fast math there. So no Grisham today. Against the lefty Springs, man, he's actually.
It's been cold too, Mike. It's been very cold at the stadium.
And you know what?
Very cold for Jazz. He's all.
Yeah, so Jazz not in the lineup today either.
Yeah.
So you got a couple guys not in the lineup against the lefty, but McMahon's still in there. 2 for 26, 077 for McMahon to start the year. One of those hits was on opening day.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? If it's still like this on May 15th, then yeah, you probably have to think about it a little bit more. But I'm not big on the first 2 weeks of the season. Especially when it's just you're talking about, one 1/8 of the season you've played. So 1/10 of the season you've played so far. Like there's way too much more runway that you have to clear.
I understand,
before you start getting upset.
We did talk about how important it is to get these wins as far as the end of the season. So yes, 8-3, not crying,
but
not
if they
raging,
win today,
but I guess, like I said, I'm just going to go back to it's one thing to lose games. You know, if you get blown out early, if everything just falls apart. But when you can't win these games, when you win, you know, or tied, or you've been ahead of the game, I mean, those are the tough losses. That it's like, you know, you're going to look back at the end of the year, man. Maybe you wish you had to pull them off.
Right.
You got those wins, especially at home.
What do I'm going to say to you the same thing I said to you last week. If they win today, that'll mean they did what against the A's at home? Take 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
What did they do against the Marlins over the weekend?
Yes.
They took 2 out of 3.
Winning the series is great.
If you're taking 2 out of 3 every series, I don't really look at this shot by Xander. Get in there. Oh, what a shot.
You know, as far as the rest of the division's concerned.
I'm sorry. I gotta that's my guy out of the sand there, Paulie. What a shot.
I know. I get it. It is a beautiful shot.
Pumped up. Look at this. Just missed. Right on it. Good par. Good par after 2 miserable shots by Xander. Good par. I'm sorry. This going on, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. I get it. That's like a picture perfect, like highlight shot.
Have you ever had a shot like that?
Me?
You ever hit one like that?
If I ever did, I was probably inebriated and don't remember. and I think
at the Cape Cod Irish Open.
And I think back then, I don't think we had phones back then.
Cape Cod Irish Open. Nobody recorded that one.
Yeah,
you came through with it.
Not a lot of people were following me around with cameras. Okay, let's put it that way.
Nobody was following you around. That's all right.
Rest of the AL East here. Baltimore's won 3 in a row.
Yeah, played the White Sox.
Toronto's in a spin here, just
because they play the Dodgers. See, sometimes it matters who you like. The Dodgers went up to Toronto.
Sox has won 2 in a row. The Sox, man. But getting just back to it, I know the battle between winning and losing here early in the season, rest of the division, all that stuff.
All you need to do is take 2 out of 3, and as much as you want to complain about the one loss that you had, all you need to do is just take 2 out of 3.
I'm with you, man.
Perfectly fine. All the way through.
Like I said, I am not slamming on the table. I'm not angry.
It's all right there in front of us. You're not doing any of the. It's all right there in front of us.
It will always be there, right there in front of us until we get there. Hoist it.
Until we get there.
As long as Booney's running the show.
The Mets play the Diamondbacks later tonight. So weird. The Mets moved the game up to 4:00 the last 2 days, and then they kept today at 7:00.
What's this with the little buzz here? People a little upset with the owner.
Why is that?
Social media stuff and posts and
what did he do now? What did he tweet about?
He's just kind of,
what did he tweet about?
People are asking him to shut up.
Well, he should. I mean, I didn't see what he did this week, but I've thought this for a while now. I understand there was a lot of blustery and bravado when he bought the team, and rightfully so. People hated the previous owner, but when you start talking about it, we're going to win within the first 2 to 4 years, 2 to 3 years, and all that. It's not easy to do. And you can't sometimes just spend the money to do it. And he's found that out very quickly because he spent a lot of money the first couple of years and then kind of changed course. I am in the camp of he should not say anything. He shouldn't. Now, I'm also not saying he shouldn't talk at all because, I don't like when Hal goes in the bunker for long stretches of time or only talks once a year. It's the things that he tweets that somebody needs to check him on. That's probably the stuff that has to be watched.
They listed the richest baseball owners.
He's got to be number 1.
He is number 1.
He's not won in a landslide. He's got to be number 1, right?
Yeah, he's pretty.
Is anyone close to him? I'm sure somebody's got to be close, but he's far and away number 1.
Yeah, I think Steinbrenner's like, pretty much.
Well, there's probably people between Steinbrenner and
wow.
him.
Yeah,
there's Steinbrenner. I mean, he'll tell you he's not the most. He doesn't have the most money.
Yeah,
he'll gladly tell you he's got no. He cries poor all the time. Look at Freddie Couples with an opening birdie at 1 under.
Still got it, Freddie.
Freddie,
watch out.
Going with a birdie to start. How about that? That's outstanding.
So this is our first show since the Juan Soto injury.
Yeah, which is for a guy.
Have you checked in on him, Mike?
I haven't. I will tell you though, they were cheering that at Yankee Stadium at Juan Soto the other night. Like, why are we still doing that?
What is a small percentage of the crowd?
I know that, but why? Like, what What does it gain? What is it?
Look, me and you could have a long show on why certain fans do certain things. You know,
I just don't get it. And I've asked around, like, what is it? What is the point of it? Like, it's been like over a year now. It's been on like what?
It's usually something Mets fans would do.
It is, and it makes the Yankee fan look bad.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
It does. I don't get it.
Cut it out, guys. And girls.
What is the? I mean, your end it was like so random. Like you're playing the Marlins.
I'll tell you right now.
Sunday
I was
night.
in the stadium and I was.
You
near
probably
that
only
group.
heard because there was nobody there.
I would not join in on the
7-hour rain delay. You would not.
I would not. No.
I hope not.
No.
I didn't think that you would.
Juan did a good job for us when he was with us.
See, now they got a guy on TV doing a mock draft, which is looks like somebody on Coward's show is doing it. Well, this is Coward's mock draft. You got Jeremiah Love going fourth to the Tennessee Titans. So I guess Q's right. I guess Love won't last out of the top 5 or top 6. I don't see how you could take a running back in the top 5.
When's the draft again?
2 weeks from tonight, I'm pretty sure. 2 weeks from tonight is when that is. In Pittsburgh. You going to Pittsburgh?
Am I going to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Pittsburgh.
You've been to a draft in Pittsburgh before.
You've been with me there.
Yeah. What was that? The NHL? What year was that in? The NHL 13?
That
14?
was
2013, 2014?
Pre-2020s. I know that much.
It was way before that. Yeah.
Can't remember. We had a nice little spot there in the bar.
The Super Bowl? That was the name of it. The Super Bowl.
Was that the place?
That was the place.
Oh, how do you remember that?
This is what I do. I remember stuff like this.
I wish I had
this
your
is
brain.
The stuff
man.
that I remember. The Super Bowl.
Insane.
Right across the street from the PPG, little upstairs. Had that little window.
We met your buddy that night, Dale Hunter.
Hunter was there,
He
right?
was coaching the Caps, I believe.
And yes, he was. And I reminded him how I hated him as a 13-year-old when he cheap shotted Pierre Turgeon.
Oh, Pierre. Don't look now, Pierre.
And he like brushed it off. He like kind of brushed it off as like, I was playing hard. It was one of those. Yeah, Hunter was hanging out in there that night.
That's so funny.
Dale Hunter, gutless puke. I know that's Claude Lemieux. Claude Lemieux is the gutless puke, but I think you use it for Dale Hunter as well.
Yeah, I tell you, man.
But he seemed like a nice guy that night at the Super Bowl.
Oh, of course.
He was having a blast,
man. That was a good draft.
Having a blast. Look
Good
at this
time.
Howell trying to putt from down the hill. Not a bad putt by the kid. Problem is he might miss that one the way he's been putting today. That's the issue with him. Mets D-backs tonight. Mets split the first 2 games with Arizona. They have McClain going this evening against Eduardo Rodriguez, who's pitched very well for Arizona so far. But again, like a lot of these places, Paulie, tonight, at least the Yankees will have some sun out this afternoon. I mean, it's going to be cold and miserable at Citi Field tonight.
You got a feel for the Mets yet? 5-5 in the last 10.
Not really.
Not really. Anything impressing you, standing out?
I think that they're just coasting right now. And the problem is next week they go to LA to see the Dodgers. So you'd like to they got the A's this weekend. So the A's will stay in New York. Man, how unlucky for them. They got one of the coldest Aprils ever to spend the week at Yankee Stadium and Citi Field.
It's great.
And they will see that's an opportunity where the Mets have got to, if they win today, take 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks, take 2 out of 3 from the A's this weekend, and you get a little bit of a roll heading to LA against the Dodgers. Because you're going Dodgers and then Cubs at Wrigley. So tough. Although the Cubs haven't looked good at all. Cubs have lost 2 starters already in the rotation. They've had all kinds
Well, I
of
mean,
problems.
if you look across the league here, Dodgers at 9-3 here. It's very early, obviously, but a lot of mediocrity going on throughout the baseball season here.
Well,
to the point where the Colorado Rockies are actually making some news.
It took them 6 weeks
6-4
to win.
in their last 10. Have won 4 in a row.
It took
My
them,
Colorado Rockies have won 4 in a row.
It took 6 weeks for them to win 6 games last year. They didn't get their 6th win till I think May 13th or something like that. And they already got 6. They sweep the Astros. Rockies are back.
Back, baby.
They're back. I mean, Young needs this birdie in the worst way on the par 5/8. Young has had a tough first 7 holes, and now he's backing off of it. He's thinking about it.
Well, you got to think about all of these putts, man.
Yeah, but he was lining up. He gets back. I know this is bigger. He's +4 right now. He needs to get something moving. I don't want to.
I'd
Backs
sink this.
off it again.
I'd sink this, and I wouldn't take as long.
Backing off of it. What is he doing?
Oh, he is really taking.
It's a big putt for him.
Yes, it is.
Him getting back. I mean, look, I know it's early, but
all right, Michael,
he needs to stop. He's got to stop the bleeding here a little bit.
Quiet play-by-play.
Well, yeah, I know. And
he's
putting.
Take a shot.
Leave him alone for a second here. Is he going to back off it again? No, he actually went there.
It slowly rides.
See, he shouldn't have backed off it 10 times.
Thinking, all that thinking,
and look what it got him.
The putt has gone awry, ladies and gentlemen.
Rolled it off. Reed gave one back. He's -4 now. So bogey for Reed on the 10th. So him and Fleetwood are tied at 4 under. Here. Sam Burns to 3 under. Kitayama, see, I told you how fast. Kitayama went bogey, double bogey. And now he's fallen back to 2 under. Sam Stevens out to 2 under. Might have a little bit of a long shot. First round leader ticket on him today, too, as well. So we're off and running here at the Masters.
What do you remember? I know we're in the midst of baseball conversation, and ladies and gentlemen, the Masters talk is just going to go on and on here during
it'll be
today's show
stopping
tomorrow.
in and out.
This
is what it is.
What are your what's your knowledge, or if you remember, in terms of the ratings for the Masters? As far as
they're always pretty good. I mean, obviously you have some years like 19 where Tiger wins and he's in the final pair where it's like astronomical. Last year with Rory, astronomical. I think a lot of it depends on, who's in the last 2 or 3 groups on Sunday. And if you have, like you've had the last few years,
I mean, obviously Sunday's got to be through the roof. Obviously,
Sunday would be the day. It's a little hard now. The coverage it's kind of wacky. It used to be that they only gave you like a couple of hours in the afternoon, and now it's kind of broken up. Like Amazon's involved this year. Did you know that Amazon's in the Masters game now?
I thought they were involved with everything.
They are pretty much involved with everything now.
Didn't they sponsor the recent astronauts going into space?
First round broadcast, Prime Video, 1 to 3 o'clock is on Amazon. Then 3 to 7 is on ESPN.
Okay.
That's Thursday and Friday. So it used to be just 3 to 7. They've given Amazon those 2 hours in front from 1 to 3. Now, you can watch all day on Paramount. That's what this is. The featured group coverage, which is why they've been showing you really the same group.
It's amazing. Just listening to you, it's amazing. Here we are again, right? And you have to have
talk
all
about
these different streaming platforms.
So this is the same discussion we have when we talk about the NFL, or even when we talk.
This is it.
We had that talk about the Yankees when the Yankee season was started. How many different apps you would need if you wanted to watch the Masters cover to cover this weekend. And I think the Paramount featured whole and featured group, you could probably get by with all that if you needed to, but the main announcers, all that. Amazon, you would need Thursday and Friday. ESPN, Thursday, Friday. CBS, Saturday, Sunday is kind of how it all breaks down. So that's 3 separate places that Augusta National gets to rip money from. Not rip, but pull money from. All 3 different places they get to pull money from.
Why not?
Over the weekend.
Join the rest of them. At the end of the day, it's all coming out of our pockets, So
CBS featured group, CBS Sports, Paramount Plus, Amen Corner, Paramount Plus, all that. So Masters Radio had it all day. I was listening this morning to Masters Radio after they had Jack on, after he hit the ceremonial first tee shot.
Very nice.
Do you like that when they bring the old guys out? And
that's a nice touch.
Him, Gary Player, and
it's a nice touch, Mike.
And Tom Watson all get to go out there.
Tradition,
it is a tradition unlike any other here. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Here from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. We've got the Masters going on. Yankees are playing at 1:30 against the A's. Rubber match of that series. Mets and Diamondbacks tonight as well. Couple of other things. We'll do the Islanders and Patrick Waugh stuff at the top of the hour, Paulie. Marlins have started too. They're up 1-0 on the Reds as we get through to it. But the amount of cold weather so far in some of these games, I love playing homers, and I'm constantly betting home runs, and it's been extremely difficult the last few days because it's just been so damn cold in some of these spots. It's been very, very difficult. At least the Rockies go to San Diego tonight. It's nice weather there. Rather be in San Diego or New York, Paulie? What do you think?
I'd be more than happy to stop in San Diego, but I love living here in New York. I ain't living anywhere else.
And I mean, even in Minnesota today,
tropical island, no. Might
37
a little
degrees
older.
at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Should still play at Augusta. There's a beauty. Paulie.
I'd love to be down in Georgia this weekend. That would be awesome.
I'd
love to be down in Georgia this weekend. That'd be nice.
It would be nice. Did you watch any of how much of Michigan and UConn did you watch on Monday night?
Pretty much the whole game.
Did you get the whole game in?
Yeah, pretty much the whole game.
It was pretty bad.
I mean, now even my wife, who is that's her favorite sport is basketball.
She likes the hoops, huh?
Yeah. She got up, says, I can't watch this. It's so bad. The basketball is so bad.
Was it just the missing shots or the fouls or was it just a little bit of everything?
Yeah, but I mean, look at it. I mean, it just wasn't a very good basketball game. It really wasn't. There was not a lot of scoring. There was a lot of missed shots. You know, every time they got up for a free throw, I'm thinking about you and what you were saying last week about college basketball players not being.
How many did they miss?
I don't remember.
Tons. Tons of them. It's so true. They miss 1 billion shots.
So let me ask you this on that. I mean, these kids just played a lot of basketball to get into that game. So I imagine by the time they get to that game, the emotions, the miles on the sneakers, the wear and tear on the ankles and the knees and everything else. I guess maybe you could sit back and understand why that game might be poorly played because of where everybody's at mentally and physically.
Right.
I think all of us as fans, you think here it is, national championship game and everything else, you get pumped. But it didn't move me. It really didn't move me as far as a championship game. And, you know, at the end of the day, I know both of me and you pick UConn, but I was rooting for Michigan.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to surprise me that Michigan won. And look, were they the best team cover to cover? Sure. I'm sure that Duke probably is. I'm sure John Shire sitting in his office probably Tuesday morning thinking, man, did we blow a chance? Because he had beaten Michigan in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I think he absolutely sitting around thinking that he blew an opportunity with all of that. So just kind of is what it is.
But you can hear the level of us. It's like it's over. It wasn't really.
Well, I think
a bit of a dud.
I think that is kind of how it always happens.
Obviously huge for the two schools that are involved.
Right.
And it gets different. Like as the tournament goes on.
There's so much excitement the first week because there's 1 billion games. Mm-hmm. It's great for get-togethers and pools and gambling and all these things. Everybody's hyped up because there's 1 billion games that Thursday and Friday and even Saturday and Sunday. That whole weekend is so massive. But as you get further into it and you get less and less games, and the games were not great Saturday night. The Final Four games weren't great. I mean, Michigan destroyed Arizona in the second game. And UConn, they handily were up on Illinois. I mean, Illinois had a little bit of a push in the second half. But so those games weren't great, which can sometimes carry over into Monday in terms of also a buzz and an interest.
Yeah.
And when the games aren't great Saturday night, it's sometimes hard to get that pullback, even though you had two brand names with Michigan and UConn, and then people do tune in and it's like, man, this game sucks.
Yeah.
And they just get out.
Yep.
And I think that's what makes it a little difficult. But no matter who you have in that last weekend, you can't match the buzz and the excitement of the first week because that first weekend is March Madness.
Yeah.
It is. And yeah, when you get down to the 16 and that weekend is okay too, but it's the main first 4 days where there's 1 billion games. And that's when the upsets happen. And that's when that's the heart of the tournament. And if you don't have great games in the Final Four and the championship game, they're going to get extremely lost.
Did I see you tweet something out there last week that they're talking about expanding?
Sure did.
Because, you talking about how.
Did you like what I wrote above it?
Remind me.
When is enough? These pigs at the trough, they just never end.
Well,
why do you need more?
You just said that first round is the biggest part of it,
right?
With the most interest, with the most buzz. So obviously, here now they're talking about that. Like I said, we always talk about the people in the room where it happens, right?
Yeah.
And they're looking at this, and why not bring more people to the table, more
But
fans, more
because
eyes.
you don't need more.
They don't care, Michael.
They have enough right now.
Yeah, well, they obviously
68 is
like I
more than
said.
enough. What are you gaining by going to 76 or 78? Like what?
Pigs are never satisfied.
Pigs. How
I
much
gotta eat more.
money can you just slurp in? It's just amazing to me. Look at this little twister from Bryson. Oh, it just goes above the hole. I just don't understand it. You have a good thing. You have a good product. You have something that everybody gets excited about every single year. Why do you run the risk of watering it down even more?
They don't care.
I mean, we already are at the point with 68 where nobody really no one complains as much as they used to about what teams didn't get in, because the teams that didn't get in really don't have a leg to stand on anymore because of how the way that it's done. Why go to 76? Like, it just doesn't.
We know why.
I guess, yeah, it's always money. I know that, but at what point when is enough enough? I've said this about the NFL too, which will never, they'll never, because they're the tops. But it's like I've said to you about whether it's international games or playing an 18th regular season game and all these things that they talk about that is going to happen. When are they going to put themselves in a spot where they finally push too far and people are like, all right, you know what? Like, this is enough. Like, how much more can I do here? NFL probably will never be in that spot, but the NCAA tournament can get there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can get there. So that's 76 teams. I mean, get serious. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Here live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island, opening day of the Masters. It looks outstanding in Augusta right now. Cam Young on the ninth, the second shot. He could use a birdie in the worst way, being 4 over. Patrick Reed is in the lead at 4 under. There's Young walking back, getting off of a shot again. He's thinking about everything here. It is in his head right now.
Looking unsettled.
Why don't we take a break, Paulie? We'll come back and discuss the Islanders making a coaching change with 4 games to go in the regular season. And Peter DeBoer. Do you want to do that, or do you want to do the break?
I'm going to do this.
So you do that.
You can step away. And if you want, you can Peroni me.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Why don't we do that?
It's going to take a little while.
So why don't you tell us everything that's going to be going on at Borrelli's?
Then we'll come back and we'll talk about those aisles, which we like to do here on the Carver and Cuthbert Show, broadcasting live regularly every Wednesday and Thursday. But this week, Thursday and Friday, with the Masters underway here. 912 West Beach Street here in Long Beach on Long Island, in New York, baby. Come on down, Borrelli'sTaproom.com. Great specials. Lunch all week. We got the $12 sandwich and soup special. And if you walk in the place and mention the Carver and Cuthbert podcast, you get a free Miller Lite draft. And that's not only when we're here, but any time of the day or night. Come on down, mention the Carver and Cuthbert podcast, and you get a free Miller draft to start off your time here at Borrelli's. All right, lots going on. Live music tonight on Carnivore Night. So on Carnivore Night, regularly every Thursday, it's $42.99. Get a choice of veal, steak, and pork, super salad, and a dessert with endless and bottomless beers and wine. Okay, that's just amazing. So come on down every Thursday night. And tonight, the return of live music on Thursday nights with Ken Bailing at 7 p.m. So come on down, free admission. And like I said, $42.99. Great night here at Carnival Night every Thursday night. Live music continues this weekend, Friday, April 10th, which is tomorrow. Sophia Luciano at 7 p.m. And then DJ Frankie Sims is going to be here at 10 p.m. spinning for everybody. Friday nights is always a blast here at Borrelli's Packed House. Come on down, dance party, and live music at 7 p.m., as I just mentioned. Saturday night, Chloe Halpin's going to be here at 7 p.m. And then DJ Tim Select will be spinning the tunes here Saturday night dance party at 10 p.m. This Sunday Fun Day, always a great time here at Borrelli's, and even gets better as the weather gets nicer here. Beach weather coming back, so make sure you make just Sunday Fun Day a great place to come on down and hang out every Sunday here at Borrelli's Taproom. This Sunday, Evan Carriga is going to be here live at 5 p.m., followed by DJ Tim Select at 8 p.m. Tons of bucket specials, great food specials all Sunday long, every Sunday. Let's see what we else got. Got special stuff coming up here on Thursday, April 16th, is a special bingo fundraiser for the local Long Beach lacrosse team here. So come on down for that. Support the local lacrosse team as the lacrosse season is in full swing right now. And that's April 16th. And then on April 22nd, the return of music theme nights. We had Billy Joel night here last night. The debut of Bruce Springsteen night is going to be here on April 22nd and then returning again on May 27th. So that's Wednesday music theme nights here coming down. And it's $21 dinner special. Come down and drink specials, half-price bottles of wine for all the Wednesday night theme nights. On May 6th, the return of Billy Joel night. And then a special YouTube performance, live band here. It's going to be like an acoustic electric unplugged, MTV unplugged here on Wednesday, May 20th. And that's with New Year's Days YouTube tribute on May 20th. Coming down for that. Wednesday, May 13th is ravioli night. Come down here and learn how to make great ravioli here. $65 a person. Starts at 6 p.m. Go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com, or you can call 516-705-8674 to reserve your spot for that. Some more special stuff coming up here. Saturday, April 18th is the Lavish Life Party Barn Night at 11 p.m. That's a great dance party here coming up on April 18th. In May, Country Fest is coming here. Special weekend here hosted by Anthony Gow and featuring a lot of Nashville artists from Nashville coming up to play here for Country Fest. And that's May 15th through the 17th here at Borrelli's.com. And, of course, don't forget all the great comedy nights that are coming up here. Colin Quinn on April 15th. That show is just about sold out. David Tell is sold out April 27th. Ian Fidance is going to be here on April 29th. And some new shows were just announced with Pete Lee coming here on Monday, May 4th. Jared Freed coming here on 6/29. And then Joe List will be here on July 14th. Go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com or Eventbrite.com and search Borrelli's Comedy. And last but not least, Masters, 4 days, all rounds, 2-for-1 pizzas and all kinds of bucket specials here at Borrelli's. Open at noon. Come on down. Watch the guys put the ball and hit the drives. And again, mention the Carver and Cuthbert show anytime you're at Borrelli's and get a free Miller Lite draft, one per customer. And thanks to everybody who's been supporting us on the platforms, saying hello, checking out and listening to the show. And that's what's going on at Borrelli's Taproom. Always busy, man. I'm like,
there's like,
I need a drink from my fresh Peroni because I'm a little parched from
you
saying about all the great stuff that's going on here at Borrelli's Taproom. Pleasure to be here. Cheers, everybody.
Outstanding. Great job. All right. We only got a couple minutes left here, Paulie. And I guess you could say save the best for almost last. We sat here last week and kind of thought how crazy it was that Vegas fired Cassidy and brought Torts in.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, they haven't lost since
4-0.
hiring Torts. Now, remember, I think they played Vancouver 2 of those 4 games in Calgary and another. But still, you win, you win.
Yeah.
And Torts is righted the ship, I guess you could say, for them there. But and when we talked about that, we went back and looked at what the Devils did with Larry Robinson. You know, back in the day when Fatorik they fired, and that was with like 3 or 4 weeks left in the season. There was, you know, a couple games, you know, and Lou made that move, and that's always kind of been like the latest in a season, NHL season, or really any season that you've seen a team do it. Then the Vegas does it with Torts, and we're like, man, like a week and a half left in the season, like that's wild. You know, 6-7 games left or whatever. And somehow, Paulie, that's been topped by the Islanders after that loss on Saturday, Friday night, I should say. They lost to the Flyers on Saturday, they lost to Carolina Saturday. Then on Sunday, they pulled the plug on Patrick Waugh and bring in Peter DeBoer with 4 games left in the regular season and now sitting on the outside looking in of a playoff spot. Man, I guess there's a lot to unpack there, Paulie, but I don't hate it. Clearly they were at the end with Waugh. And look, Waugh was going to go if they didn't make the playoffs. I think the GM should take some of the blame here too, because some of the stuff he did at the trade deadline was obviously very criticized. I guess that would be the nice way to put it. And it hasn't completely worked out now as they've really stumbled down the stretch and some of the things that they've done. And then I also see the side of things that DeBoer is going to be very sought after, allegedly, with all of the openings that are going to take place. And if you wait 2 weeks, you're going to be competing with everybody else, possibly to hire what you might think is the best candidate that's going to be available with the best resume and all of that. I'm still kind of like lukewarm on it And because maybe it's also because they haven't played yet. So tonight's the first game that they're playing since doing this. And maybe that's also part. They're like, look, so we got 4 days off here to try to get him in. 4 days of practice with him, really working. All these games are at home. They're not going on the road again. So we're going to have a lot of time with them. I think I need to see them play tonight to really get a feel like what's going to be different, what's going to change with 4 games to go. Can they get in? Sure. They haven't gotten a lot of help as usual. Last night, they did last 2 nights. They were getting help, but now since they haven't played on Saturday, they have not gotten the help to where the Flyers now, I mean, beating the Devils on Tuesday night, huge win. Ottawa beating the Lightning, huge win. You know, these teams that are now going not just past them, but extending further past them. They would, I think, have to go 4-0 and still get the help. And that's a lot to ask for a guy who's been on the job for 2 days, 3 days. That's a lot. But I know there's a longer commitment there to him, too. What were your first thoughts when you saw the Islanders do this on Sunday?
Well, look, I had mentioned over the past month that I felt, we were talking about this, as we usually do when we talk about the Owls. I was saying the Patrick Roy, the ugly part of that, was kind of rearing its head.
Right.
As far as the team just not playing well and just kind of falling apart, his decision-making, everything else.
Yeah.
Obviously there's old checklist marks that you put on the power play, defense, lack of scoring, all this other stuff. But again, the buck stops with the head coach. I give Darsh credit for doing this, to trying to salvage the season here. If how important is it for the Islanders to make the playoffs this year, as opposed to the other side of it, the long-term future for the team, at least for the immediate 3 to 4 years. This is Darsh's first year coming in here. Roy wasn't necessarily his guy. Is DeBoer his guy? I get all the look, DeBoer's a fantastic coach. He's
a fantastic coach, but he has the same script everywhere he goes. And that might help them in the short term, because his MO is always a huge bump when he first gets to places and always a huge crash down very quickly. Like, he wears out his welcome fast.
But
that's happened everywhere. Jersey, San Jose, Vegas, Dallas. That has happened in all of his stops. They get better immediately, but a really hard crash when the players have had enough of them.
Well, look, you're not going to turn down a guy who is going to have success for you, whether you take it in the short term, or if you get close, if you get into the Stanley Cup Finals, or if you get into the conference finals, and Pete DeBoer gets you there and he gives you a chance. I mean, the guy's going through other stuff too, whether it's been poor goaltending or, not having all the key parts, and a lot of things got to line up, and I get it. But I don't think Darsh can't turn this kind of an opportunity down. I mean, what do? I mean, it's unfortunate the Islanders are even in this situation. I mean, it's tough. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow if they don't get in, especially with the year that Schaefer's had. But I think that's a big problem too. The fact that the team, I always mention this too. We were going back and forth about this. This team's been anchored by an 18-year-old.
Yes.
If you take him out of this, his point production, everything that kid has brought to that team, the Islanders have a much bigger problem.
Correct. He should get, I've been through this with you about, he should get Norris votes. He should get Hart votes, to be quite honest.
Calder, Hart, give him all of them.
He should get votes.
So you take Schaefer out of that lineup this year.
Yeah.
We're probably not even talking about the Islanders.
They're not even in the discussion.
Getting a sniff at the playoffs.
They're not even in discussion.
They've got big problems. So Roy wasn't able to fix this, obviously. Darsh gave him a chance. And then now you do ride with a guy like DeBoer. He's a good coach. He's going to have stability. And like I said, if he gets these guys closer, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I mean,
look, I do respect the fact that you're trying to win now. And I think if you went back and asked people on October the 1st, how this season was going to go up until about 3 weeks ago, they would not have believed it. And when I say that, I mean in the top 3 in the Metro. Before this last slide that has put them out. And you would have to change the expectations off of all those things that have happened. And now you've had this slide. That doesn't mean that those expectations should slide. Like, this team should have made the playoffs with how they've played for the large majority of this season. And it would be,
especially
honestly, and with the season you're going to end up wasting a really incredible rookie season from him. And honestly, aside from a couple of times where he's let go of the rope the last 2 weeks, a pretty incredible season from Sorokin as well.
But is this move really about winning right now? I don't think it is.
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think that the Islander people and Darsh particularly, with the moves that he made for Shen and for Palat, and moves that were, these are guys for playoffs moves. If he doesn't make the playoffs, I think that's really bad for him. And obviously, ownership, they're never going to say no to a couple of extra gates.
Okay, so take that angle, right? You look at this, say, you hope they're going to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
But you're in a situation that it's realistic that they're not going to make the playoffs. So
yeah, it's super realistic now.
So with a guy like DeBoer out there and a good coach, and them obviously knowing that Patrick Waugh is not the answer here.
You're playing both sides.
Yes, you have to.
And part of,
and I think the longer side, the second side of it, is the more important side of it. As much as the season, everything else, obviously you want to get in the playoffs. But as a business, as a franchise, development, I think a guy like DeBoer is actually going to be a pretty damn good guy behind the bench here.
And look, and I think you heard DeBoer say that on Sunday when he spoke with the media. He goes, "I know what you guys are thinking. Probably the same thing that my family is like. Why wouldn't you just wait 2 weeks and you'll have your pick of jobs? Like, why would you take this now?" And he said Matthew Darsh, they really sold him that this was going to be the place to be.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, no matter what happens in these 4 games, in or out, beyond that, it's going to be a place that he wants to be.
Yeah.
And you like to hear those things, and it gets you excited, and you think, okay, great. Peter DeBoer has done a lot of winning in the NHL. I'm not going to sit here and say the Islanders made a bad move. And how many times have we see? Here's where, and I see them all, and we all do.
Can I say something? I wish he was coaching the Rangers.
Sure, and you've had you listen. You've been on Sully all year, and you don't like Sully, and I understand that, but I'll try to put it to you kind of this way: the fans of this team have spent a large majority of their life with stuff like this never even being a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a time when the Islanders would always hire some nobody getting their first coaching job. The guy that was going to be the most sought after coach from all the openings, who has done the most winning of anyone else who is going to be available, has decided that he wants to come here before even getting a chance to listen to all of those other teams. I think it's an indictment on how far this franchise has come in the past 10 years, etc. So I think that you have to look at it from that aspect too. And I don't think that this is going to go well for them. The last 4, they could win all 4 of these games, which I don't think they'll do, and still miss. Because unfortunately for them, the Flyers don't lose right now. And it seems like the Flyers are the team that's kind of taken the mantle here and gotten the hottest at the end to go and get one of those spots. So and look, the Flyers are playing Detroit tonight, who's also right there in them. I feel like they've played Detroit like 3 times in the last 2 weeks also. Flyers and Detroit have been playing nonstop. Detroit's lost 3 in a row. I think 2 of those are to the Flyers. Columbus got off the deck the other night. I mean, it's so, they're behind all these teams now, Paulie. But they're only 3 back of the Flyers, and they're only 3 back of Ottawa. And I think they have a game left with Ottawa, don't they? Who do they have left? They do. So Leafs, Ottawa Saturday, Canadiens on Sunday, Hurricanes on Tuesday, all at home. With the Canadian, well, how about that? The Canadians have caught Buffalo and Tampa for
phenomenal job
for first. But
Marty St.
so
Louis.
Buffalo pushed back ahead last night by beating the Rangers. So they're at 104. Lightning and the Canadians are at 102, and they play each other tonight.
It's great stuff.
And Buffalo's playing Columbus tonight. So I got that big plus 750 ticket for Buffalo to win the Atlantic. I thought it was dead, and then they beat the Lightning the other night and kind of breathed a little life back into it for me.
Yep.
But you know what? I don't think you can look at it as they got to win all 4 games. I think you have to take it. Let's get out there tonight. You're getting one of the worst teams in hockey that's basically losing bodies by the hour. I mean, I don't even know what Toronto's bringing out there tonight for this game. Like, even the other night, they lost a couple other guys. They're just losing guys left and right. I want to see, you got to win tonight, and then you worry about the other stuff. Win your games and worry about the other stuff. I want to see how different they look with DeBoer behind the bench tonight. And then I'll start thinking about Ottawa on Saturday. I think I just stop looking at it as winning all four and this team winning, this team losing, this team winning. Win the night. When you go to bed, see where you're sitting.
I will be upfront and say I think you will see a drastic change as far as what kind of style of play they
say what you want about him. When this guy gets to places initially, and this is a much different situation. This is not taking over the beginning of a season or an off season. Talking about trying to implement something with 4 games left. That's super difficult.
Yeah, but he's an experienced guy.
He's
a fixer. So I mean, like I said, I think you'll definitely see a drastic change. I don't know if they released. I don't know. I haven't followed any beat writers today, whatever, as far as projected lines and everything else. I don't know if he's changed anything like that, but maybe they get a couple of power play looks tonight. Maybe they pop a couple of goals in, and that's all the Islanders need. I think you're right. Just win this game tonight and get this one off the snide and do it as a win. I think if they lose tonight, I think that's unfortunately. I mean, that might turn everything, and
right.
Because the headline will probably right out of the gate, DeBoer didn't change anything, same old Isles looks and stuff. Well, and again, I know it's quick. He's just coming in here and all that other stuff, but that will be the headline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it will. We'll see how it goes, boy. I think
it's not a bad. It's not a bad. I don't think it's a bad decision.
Tomorrow we'll have a discussion either way about how they look.
But like I said, in general, it's not a bad decision.
I don't think it is either. And I didn't hate it. I think that you're trying to revive this thing and you're trying to make it salvageable. And you're also at the same time playing both sides of the coin and setting yourself up for the future, because Wall was going to be gone if you missed the playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
Wall
he might have been gone.
He might have been gone even if you made it and lost in 5 in the first round. Yeah. He might have been gone because he wasn't Darsh's guy as much as and Darsh says these guys all do the same thing. These suits say the same thing all the time. I commend him for coming, doing the job. And he said blah, 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 blah. Those guys, Matthew Darsh and Patrick Roy, are never going to talk to each other again after this. Never are. That's just it is. It is what it is. So they could try to sell you all that nice guy stuff all they want. It doesn't ever work that way at the end of the day. Freddie Couples, 2 under now, Paulie, through 3. Look at Freddie. Freddie at 2 under, getting involved. See, that's the stuff you love about Thursday and Friday at the Masters. Seeing Freddie Couple birdie some holes. This morning you had Jose Maria Altabel birdie a couple. Just seeing those names from yesteryear up on the top of the leaderboard, it gets you excited. You don't want them there on Sunday at 4 o'clock. You want the big dogs fighting for the jacket. But on Thursday and Friday, it's like Thursday and Friday the NCAA tournament where you want the upsets and you want to see. And look at Xander, pop that in. Ooh, very, very close for Xander. Rory's made a couple birdies to get to 2 under as well, Paulie, through 9. We still have Patrick Reed and Sam Burns at 4 under as our leaders right now. Fleetwood did drop a shot. He's at 3 under, 1 behind them right now. Kurt Kitayama down to 2 under. Nick Taylor, proud Canadian, at 2 under as well. And then you have a few guys also. Max Homa in at even. And I think Rahm just bogeyed the first hole. So John Rahm not off to the best start here on hole number 1 at the Masters. We'll spend a little bit more time on this tomorrow. DeChambeau for double bogey here. Oof. Spend more time on this tomorrow, but Sunday is the end of the regular season in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And as I have been continuously saying around here, thank God. Paulie, last night, there was not 1 but 2 games with a spread of over 20 points in the NBA. Pistons were 21.5-point favorites over the Bucks. Nuggets were 23.5-point favorites over the Grizzlies. This has been such a bad end of the regular season for the NBA. There's no buzz. There's no interest. Nobody cares. It's like they can't get to next week fast enough, which is just the play-in tournament next week. That's all that is. And even that, the only saving grace of that is, Paulie, is that it's not this garbage that we're watching on a night in, night out basis. Bryson missed that for double. He's going to need that for triple. Bryson going to fall to +3 here And that was a little meat on the bone going back the other way there too, Paulie, for Bryson. Little bit of meat on the bone. Rory from the middle of nowhere for birdie. He's going to get it close, though. That's sometimes what you want to do with Augusta, Paulie. Just get it close to the flag.
That's it.
But yes, Sunday's the last day of the NBA regular season. It has been an absolute slog.
I don't know how the NBA is going to fix that, or if they.
They're going to add more teams. Don't worry. They found a way to do it. Let's get more teams in. That's the way we could fix the problem.
Oh my God!
I will tell you, as far as the Knicks go, they're third in the East right now. Of course, right now we don't get no service right now. Here we go. How's this doing for me, Paulie?
You still logged onto the
still on the Wolf Lodge internet?
Wolf Lodge internet?
I think the Wolf Lodge internet has followed me all the way back to Long Island. Is it possible that that's what's happening to me right now? Knicks are third, half game up on Cleveland. Now, there is some significance here. I don't know where you'd rather be. You're in the third right now. You'd play Toronto, who you absolutely dominate. I'd probably want to be there. The Knicks' last couple of games are Celtics tonight, Raptors Friday, Hornets Sunday. Hornets are 9th, and they can still get to the 6th, but they could run again the 7-8. The Hornets have been the story of the NBA the last 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Them coming out of nowhere and playing well, but
shaking it up.
Are you
shaking it up? Like,
do you really care where they finish the Knicks? Like, let's just start playing real games. Like, that's really what playoffs is all that matters. It's such a playoff-driven sport. It's just so awful, these games. Lakers lost all their guys, too. Luka hurt. Reeves hurt. LeBron's got a foot problem.
Boring. Lakers are just boring.
Boring.
Absolute bore fest.
Wow.
They are, man. Come on.
They are. I don't disagree with you on any of that. Who hit that shot? Smoked out into the fairway. So we're back tomorrow.
We are.
Tomorrow, despite the fact that I have to play planes, trains, and automobiles tomorrow night, I am going to try to work it into my schedule so that at least maybe tomorrow I can have a little something to eat after the show and watch for a half an hour.
All right.
I'm going to try to look at that. A triple for Bryson. Throws the putter.
Nice.
Putter throw for Bryson.
Showing
Not
a
good
little
hole
emotion.
for him.
Love it.
What a shame. What a shame.
I did trains and taxi cabs here today.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Wife's car's going into the shop today. A little tune-up. So
I would have picked you up.
I rented a car.
I would have picked you up.
Buddy, hopped on the train right down here to the Long Beach train station and a $5 cab down here. Piece of cake.
I would have picked you up.
Piece of cake. You can drop me off at the train station on the way back if you want. You know?
Well,
it's good stuff.
We're gonna have to move that along.
So tomorrow, the leaderboard here going into Friday, pressure. We'll find out
tomorrow
who's
we'll have
in bad
a good,
shape.
We'll have yes. Tomorrow,
know?
that's when we'll start talking about that. But for now, let's try to keep Patrick Reed at the top as much as we can. Just try to keep Patrick Reed and Tommy Fleetwood as high on that board as we possibly can going into the weekend. Great job as always, Paulie.
You too.
With you here today. Man.
So Isles win tonight or what?
Yeah.
All right.
Playing the Leafs.
Yankees win this afternoon?
Yeah.
All right.
Weathers is going for the Yankees, so I think that's a win. And I think the Mets win tonight also.
All right.
McLean. Sweep today. Are the Rangers playing tonight? Well, they lost to Buffalo last night.
The Rangers. Their captain.
I got annoyed when they tied that game at 2. I was getting very nervous.
Sure you were.
At that point.
Not as annoyed as
you think you'd put it in the water on this shot?
As the ticket buying patrons at the Garden.
Did you get clear the water on this one? That's on 12.
Could I clear the water?
Beautiful shot. You get it over the water onto the green. Oh, Xander.
I'm going to say no. I need a few rounds before I got there. Like a few months of playing to maybe even give myself an honest chance.
Okay.
When are we hitting the stick, man? I know.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. We got the June 22nd.
Hey, what about the golf outing?
We got to bring that up tomorrow.
Okay.
But I'm sure we'll be out in the course before then, though.
We will. We're going to have to warm up before that.
Yes.
For the golf outing.
All right,
Paulie. We'll see you tomorrow. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here for Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. We're back tomorrow, noon East. Round 2 of the Masters. We'll see how the Islanders do against Toronto. And the Yankees will, of course, win 2 out of 3 against the A's.
And will DeBoer be 1-0 as an Islanders coach?
DeBoer will be 1-0. That much I can absolutely assure you. Out of that, I'm pretty confident in that. Yankees are in Tampa at the Trop tomorrow night. So
brand new Trop.
I know they fixed the roof, everything. I wish they would have stayed at Steinbrenner Field, but that's I guess they deserve to have a home.
A little on the other side of town from Messi's new stadium there in Miami.
All right, Carver Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, Borrelli's Taproom. We'll see you tomorrow at noon East.